And are you refreshed? Yes. Good. Now what?
Well, thanks for being here. I actually don't have any questions because all of the questions that I have had, you've answered. But I lost the biggest love of my life when I was 6. And the feeling of losing it, it was like an empty space in my chest, which I didn't, it never got better, but I just learned to cope with it. But my question is, why do I still have dreams about it as if they would be alive?
Because they are alive. The nice thing about dreams, and something really worth understanding, is that when you are asleep, your momentum of thought ceases. When we talk about law of attraction, you like that conversation, law of attraction?
Yes.
You get what you think about. We cannot talk about law of attraction without talking about momentum, because when you hold a thought, other thoughts of the same vibrational frequency join it. And so in a little while, in a very short while, in fact, you get momentum going. When you slumber, that momentum stops. Now, it isn't fair to say that all of your thought as humans is negative, and therefore when you sleep, all of your negative momentum stops. Because it's not just your negative momentum, all momentum stops when you sleep. Your point of attraction is on break while you are asleep. But the advantage of understanding that is that when you awaken the next morning, you have the best opportunity to find a different vibrational frequency and foster it until it becomes a more dominant belief. The reason that we tell you this is because when you are asleep, resistance is out of the way, and you translate through the dream reality what you're really feeling. And so if you're having a dream that is pleasant, that means that the vibration that you've got going on about that is in a good place. If you have recurring dreams that aren't pleasant, that means that the vibration that you've got going on about that is in a resistant place. So maybe after today, you will use different terminology, because you can feel how you're setting yourself up for a continuation of a void by saying, when I was 6 years old, we're guessing that was a while ago. When I was 6 years old, I lost the love of my life. And that's such a loaded statement. Lost isn't even true. The love of my life implies that it was something irreplaceable, and it's gone. And if you really believe that, if you continue to think that so that you fashion it into a dominant belief, then that belief can hold you away from all kinds of wonderful alignment, which is why you use a word like loss. Friends, the only thing you can lose is your connection to who you are. And you use the strangest excuses to disallow your alignment with Source. It's why you use words like loss and shortage, and it's why you feel negative emotions. So, helpful?
Yes. And other than that, I just want to say that I agree with everything you said. I totally agree with it. I believe it. I like that it's that way. And I'm just so proud, so glad that I am here as human. And when I croak, I just can't wait to just be reborn again and again and again and again and again and again.
We like the way you're feeling. You're speaking exactly as you feel from broader non-physical perspective. Esther was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and they were talking about the fear of death. And Esther was explaining to her friend that she has no personal fear of death. She actually doesn't fear the death of anyone, because the fear of it is the feeling that it will be a condition that will cause me to not be able to control the way I feel. And no one wants to feel bad. And so that's really what your dominant fears are, is that something that will happen that will take you into a dark, hurtful place, and you won't be able to do anything about it. So Esther was explaining that she no longer fears death for herself or anyone else. And then she said, but there's a new awareness that I have, because sometimes people want to maybe even think about the death experience as a relief experience, like maybe in that reemerging into non-physical, and therefore the leaving behind all doubt and fear and trauma and struggle, that there will be a relief in that death experience. And Esther said, and I no longer feel that way, because I'm not interested in, I don't need relief that would come from the death experience. In fact, what I want is more focused here. That's what you're saying. More, when you're in alignment, this life experience just continues to become broader and deeper and more pleasurable and more expansive and more delicious. It's a really wonderful way to feel.
Yes, it is. And thank you very much.
Yeah, really good.